Ladies, gentlemen, and others in chat, welcome to another drawing stream. Hopefully we won't have any audio problems this time around. So, let's go over, review yesterday's notes from the warm-up study session practice thingamabob. So, with ellipsis, we're just gonna keep practicing, but as I did warm up, again, like I sort of mentioned this before, but like if the major axis is this, it's much easier, much more natural for me to draw, as opposed to this. So I'm kind of curious if we try an angle like this and see if that is better. Because the beautiful thing about them, you know, because you can draw it here and then, you know, we can rotate it. The wonderful thing about digital. So with straight lines and parallel lines, we're just gonna keep doing what we do, but not forget to ghost. Because that's important. And then rotating basic forms, going to use our new references, which I have found. These are boxes that are rotated towards one another. And then flip. Same thing for the next exercise, 10 minutes, stacking boxes. Okay, it's the same thing. I'm just gonna draw a bunch of boxes. We are gonna use the new references. And for the mannequin, keep practicing. And for the silhouette, you just gotta keep working faster. Get good. There. So, 3 minutes of ellipsis. Let's see what we can get here. And we're already off for a horrible start, but okay. Maybe I'm just too hard on myself. Kinda see it. I'm not. There's something here that sort of sells the illusion of that it's bends in space. But I am not entirely sure what it is. I don't know. Straight and curved lines. Let's frickin' go. 3 minutes. Evenly spaced, he says as he screws it up. We're gonna start with some soft curves. Oh my goodness. Now we can... Oop. Maybe this, just maybe the solution for me is to simply slow down and gradually increase the speed over time. Interesting. Okay. 10 minutes of rotating the basic forms. Let's go. an anchor point. That will make life so much easier. It needs to be, it's too long, I guess. Yeah. Too sharp? Not necessarily too sharp, it's just too high up. Too low. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Right. That last box there at the bottom, really. And they're a little bit all wonky and off, but not bad for eyeballing it for just 10 minutes. Next one, 10 minutes. Stacking boxes. Yeah. Let's see if we can get this one right. Horrible angle. Is that the right angle? It is. But it's wider at the end. Okay. Something like that. I think that's the right. Ooh, that's the right placement as well. Jackpot. Look at that. Would you look at that, chat? Oh, would you look at that? It's a beautiful thing. Oh, right on the money. The real exercise kind of comes when close enough. The real challenge kind of comes when you want to put the next box underneath. Is that correct? It is correct. It's way off. It's way too long, but that's okay. Probably much further up. Something like that. Ah. Good enough, I dare say. Don't get swamped under perfectionism. Get the general gist of it. You can always worry about really nailing it. And at a later time. There we go. It's kind of drifting, but at the same time. Yeah. Kind of just... I suppose the most important part is just that it overlaps, basically. Not so much super accurate, but... Alright, yeah, that last box is way, way too big. How about that? Still way too big. But I guess it gets things gets distorted because you make a mistake early on and it just cements. Makes repeating mistakes compound some sort of something compounding effect, but like that is your master, and to go like, yeah, things get distorted, especially with this box, and that has implications again. Yeah. But I feel much better working with a reference because then you have something to work from. Mm-hmm. And thankfully that website is very great. It's a gold mine, so I can just grab all the references that I want or need, that just practice them. I can mention that for today's stream, we're gonna try take our first stab at those stairways. I hope I'm not gonna be spending too much time on it, but we'll see. I reviewed the perspective sessions of it, and yeah, it's gonna be something. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'll just do this one. Methinks. Where are we? There are we. There we are. I'm not sure if I've done this one, this post before. Ah, it doesn't matter. in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that it matters that much. Looks familiar, but oh well. Alright. Saw an interesting you know, that you instead of starting with the head, it might mess up my proportions, so we're just gonna you know, start with the leg, or the torso, basically. And then just kind of go out from there, like that. And there's like a diagonal here for the foot is about 1500. No, that angle is wrong. Anyway, so then there's this leg kind of goes straight, more or less straight down. There's a diagonal. Let's change. I don't know, push the pose, I suppose. So many stuff to remember. There we go. Kind of forearm here. Fist. Let's just change this, I guess. A bit more of a bend. Is that like? That's not that bad. That arm is a little bit, but I think that again, changing the pose. So, I'm gonna say that that is within acceptable margins. And then we're just gonna go down to a 10. And then add some, add a bit more structure to the sucker. Let's see. We see a lot of the sides, so it's going to be pretty wide. And chest outwards. Get that bottom plane. Box. It's not perfect in perspective, but who gives a flying crap? I suspect that that is, you know, you want the pinch. The shoulders are going down, so probably his hips are also kind of going like this. Slight tilt downwards, bottom. shoulder, shoulder. Right. And then you have leg, you have knee. And you have other, you have thigh. Which kind of just goes out here. And it loops around and then over to show the form of the leg or the interconnection between the two. And it leads to some sort of tapering action going on here. Actually, this one is much wider and narrower. There. And it comes like that. Foot kind of goes a little bit off the panel, but that's okay. And then, this one kind of just goes in here, comes down, comes, curves, straight back in. Have a knee. Goes like that, down, around, up. Down to show that interlocking form. Heel and foot, I suppose, like that, like that. Arm. Elbow. His arm is more straight, so it gets longer, so. Alright, I got pinch. And we'll just put a box there for the hand. And the head is kind of just almost as is, basically. And now the neck looks very long, but it's kind of on point, except like his chin needs to be higher up because his head is tilted back, so see more of that bottom plane there. I guess his neck looks elongated because I haven't included the trapezius, but yeah, good gesture. Like you push it, you change it. Looks a little bit more to the side rather than the front view. Yeah. Now we have a minute left to sort of spend to clean things up a little bit so that things read a little bit better. And clean up some of these internal bottom lines here so that it'll read a little bit more holistically, I suppose. Oh, hang on. I always forget what is in front and what is behind. Like, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so this one goes away. All of this goes away. This goes away. This goes away, and that goes away. This goes away. So let's clean up this. There we go. There's something about when he's stretching his neck like that. It looks wrong, but like it kind of, for the most part, checks out. The proportions of the arm is not necessarily wrong. It's just the position is different. Yeah, and the legs are a little bit off, but again. All right, so another 10 minutes. Of me just. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's the mistake that I, yeah, maybe it's just better if I just literally just start here and just kind of just work. Freaking hate a stupid gun. Alright, cool. And go up and around. Right, elbow. Difficult, but yeah, we gotta keep at it. You get the bum. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There's a knee. The bottom of the knee. Speaking here. And kind of goes out and in. Right, and probably way too big of a distance. Oh yeah, that distance is horrible. Absolutely god awful. You know, alright, that distance is not that bad, so I don't think that distance is bad either. No, that's not bad either, so Can I salvage this? I don't think I can, but let's just try from here and just really push it from the tip of the heel to the edge. I'll try. I don't think that that will be enough to salvage it, but we'll try. An effort will be made, shall be made. That's the bottom of the knee, kind of here, and then kind of goes out. Probably not as maybe. Isn't really that dramatic. Kinda close to, so we're gonna stick with it. Is that where the... No, it ends up all the way up here because silhouette. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, screw it. Let's just worry about the smaller details. Later. Oh my gosh, that foot is absolutely horrible. Come on. Pay attention to what the reference is actually showing me. A slight bump forward, and then inwards bump for the knee. Oh, kind of goes all the way up there. And then it goes out. At an angle. This is not as a wide fist, but kind of have to remember that it's two planes. Excuse me. For the is that the right angle? I think so. Okay, and then it goes out a bit, and then kind of goes in for a bit. Not that much. Well, it kind of stops. Okay, stops down there. Okay. Well, I think we're making 3 minutes left. Where did that stupid? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Could be that I just, out of habit, kept starting with the head because I go, oh yeah, the head is like the alpha and the omega of figure drawing. Like that is where you always start. And for all of my practicing, kind of like just low-key never. I just never figured out how to properly measure proportions. Trapezius, deltoid. Is that the place for the deltoid? Kinda is. Sweet. Deltoid comes swooping down. Something like that. Yeah, not far away. And then you have like a little bump for the triceps, and then narrows down, and then you connect it. Way, look at that. And he is... It's very... Okay, like I goofed up the foot. But it's surprisingly... It's not bad, all things considered. Like, his arm is too big. Like, he's too... His arms are too big. Like, this got weight, you know, he got some gains. And his head is a little bit too big. But dang, I'm positively surprised. Right, but again, I don't necessarily... these wrapping lines, kind of where I sort of where things sort of fall apart. But, you know. But yeah, way too big. So it's some minor proportions, but like overall, not a bad silhouette. And I definitely worked faster this time around. Like I finished the entire silhouette and I ran a little bit short and I started with the cross contours, but so yeah, happy about that one. All right. Review time. So we can make a plan for next. I'm feeling kind of better with this one now that I did it at an angle. So we can keep doing that. Keep at an angle. Yeah, like, because that is more, it's a more natural angle for me to draw ellipses, so yeah. There's no reason to work on harder mode. These ones didn't turn out that bad. Like, let's try Ghost plus slow down. Alright. Ghost plus slow down. And then we can build up momentum. Right? Like, turn that into our long-term goal. And these were not necessarily bad. I came 2/3 through, which is not necessarily anything bad. Like, I just keep using the Matrix references for yeah, keep use box matrix. That's what that reference is called. So yeah. The same thing with the stacked ones. Like, I'm on the right track now. I have good references. It's just It's just reps. Use stack rep, right? Like, it does look wonky with the elongated neck. It really does. Like, it bothers me, even though, like, it's got, like, yeah, it is correct, but it still bugs the crap out of me. Like, even if we go like, yeah, because, like, yeah, his collarbone is right there, so, like, that's where you put that line, so it's kind of on point. Shoulders on point as well. Like, yeah, sure, I pushed out his chest more, I tilted it more back, but you're also supposed to push the pose. I'm not entirely sure if that this is the weight carrying leg, but again, I kind of assumed that it is. And maybe it is incorrect, maybe that one should have been further back, but so it's, again, it's good. It's just, again, it's difficult to sort of gauge, and like that has always been the tricky part, like gauging based on the reference, like, because like that is the answer, and you're supposed to deviate from it, but if you deviate too much from it, how can you separate purposeful deviation from actual mistakes, right? I don't know, just keep practicing, I guess. Practice. And the same thing with the silhouette. Like, again, I don't really have much notes except work with proportions, I suppose. Measure. I did make some headway by sort of literally using my stylus and measuring to sort of gauge where he was in the how different things were, where the different things were, so to speak, in we're in 26, so save that. So yeah, I guess we're doing it, chat. We're doing it. Oh, Lord. Lordy Marty. Let's see. Where is it? Now, frame perspective. He had a basic tutorial for us. That I should dive into first and foremost. I don't need my phone, so since I don't use my phone now, I can just use my phone as a weight to hold down the book. Ma ha ha ha. Oh. I'm gonna turn off this thumbnail. Now, this isn't necessarily going to be a sketch for the Where is it? Vanishing point. Custom color. Give it a red. Alright. Let's give it a 5. And we'll just put you right there. Boom. Right. So. Snap to assistance. Right. Oh. And parallel ruler. There we go. Custom color, give you blue da ba dee da ba da. Right. There we go. Okay. So. Basically what I want to have is kind of like how the big question is simply how do we sort of like evenly divide this thing. All right. And apparently you kind of just go for a line like this. Right. So like that. And then you evenly distribute wait on this, let's see, how was that? That's probably under the view. Show grid. Whoa. Oh, it's a really narrow grid. Like how the or I suppose we could just, you know, hang on. You We don't need grid. We don't need the grid. We have rulers. So we can bring this. Oh. So this is weapons. Let's start this over. Okay, so we have our horizon line here, right? We have a horizon line. And then we have the thing that we want to draw, the kind of the thing that we want to sort of block in, right? All right. Like that, right? And then on this like, where the heck does that start? 1,500. Starts at 1,500. You know what? We're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna start at 1,500, and then we're just gonna go straight all the way up to 3,000, roughly speaking. All right. Which means that we need one here, when you're gonna do one every 500 or every half, roughly speaking. Every right. This would probably be so much. Go away. Probably so much easier with just... Weirdly enough, I feel like this would have been so much easier with... Right. So... 5... Sneaky bastard. You know what? Screw it. Frickin' hell. Right. Now... Why do I gotta be like this? Hmm? Alright. So now that one is at 1,000. And now we can just drag out a line all the way out to 3,000. Alright. Now we can go for every center here. Roughly speaking. This is already so much work. Why am I doing it like this anyway? I can just... No, because I'm assuming... Like, these are 500, but this is... No, there's 1,000 between each of these. Okay, whatever. The point is that now, take the outmost, and you cut that one through like that. And then you take from here towards here, and here towards there, here towards there, here towards there. And I'm using a very big fat brush here, so it's not going to be absolutely freaking perfect. But you get the idea. Right. So where those lines intersect, we can now draw vertical. Alright. Maybe if I shrink down the brush to 10, maybe. I don't know. Let's keep it at 15. We can now draw all. Obviously, these are not going to be absolutely perfect, but right. So you have something like that. Yeah, perspective made fun and easy. Oop. Right. So now these are, roughly speaking, evenly distributed. Right. Roughly speaking. That is the general idea of sort of how we would draw the lines, and then I suppose you could do another parallel ruler, custom color. Right. And then if you want to turn this into a floor, you essentially can. Because look at that. Boom, right? Yeah. And now again, these are also evenly spaced, or they shrink according to their correctly according to perspective, roughly speaking. I'm pretty sure that if we, yeah, I'm a little bit off here and there. I'm gonna go quite off by here. I see. If I really lower the opacity here. Yeah. And yeah, really take care and zoom in and actually paint on the correct layer. Boom. Right. Then it doesn't look nearly as bad. Okay, cool. Full story. That's the basic idea. You have something in perspective and you divide it up, right? Like that. Cool. Well, that's... Alright, so, okay, cool. Horizon line. This is the plane. This is the measure template. This is second vanishing point. And these are division lines. Right. Cool. Okay, cool. So the practice, that was one. Exercise. And the next one, when it comes to staircases, is like 100 and isn't that 174? Yeah. No, 126. Or we're kind of doing the same thing, except now we gotta draw first. We gotta draw a box. We need to start with a box, chat. Okay, cool. I can start with a box, right? That's sort of just. Let's just start with a simple. Maybe I should just move you way off. How about that? Right? Yeah, I think so. Because then we can just do a box. Yeah, let's just do a box like this. Or rather, let's do a box all the way down here. And it's not necessarily that wide, but it can go all the way up there. We still get to see some of this plane, right? Yeah, we still get to see the top. Ooh. Still get to see the top plane. Yeah. So that is the initial box, right? That might be a bit too big of a box, actually. But we can shrink it down. That's okay. Okay, so here's our initial box, and we need a template, which is going to be divided into. We're gonna need two templates because we're gonna need the thread and the rise, which is just how deep in the staircase goes, which is the thread, and the rise is how high. And they should be, I believe, yeah, the thread should be longer than the rise, and the thread will go here, and the rise will go here. Makes sense. Okay. They're kind of going like, all right, yeah, you. I don't know. Maybe you should just go make a. And again, it's gonna start from here. So I suppose we could do there. And I suppose we could start from here to here. And then, of course, it needs to be evenly spaced. And I did not plan for this properly, like the idiot that I am. So we're just gonna start at 800. And why did you get all janky? 800 to 2000. All right. Height doesn't necessarily. I should probably also 5,000. 800. Right. Gosh, freaking darn it! These perspective rulers. I have. Oh, I don't necessarily have to, but it just makes my life so much easier if I have. $5,000, 4,000. Here's my box. And from 5,000 to 4,000. I have a sneaking suspicion that this... Right. Like, literally, this would have been so much easier if I had a ruler that I could just move around on the page. Like a good old-fashioned analog ruler, you know? Because then I don't have to adhere to these arbitrary, or not arbitrary, but like... Then I don't have to plan the positioning on the page. Oh my... Freaking... I suspected that this would melt my brain. And yeah, to the surprise of absolutely no one, chat, I was right on the money. This is melting my brain. And we haven't... And this is like the quote-unquote easy part of the stairway, because like... You have your horizon, and from there you kind of just pick another... I don't know, maybe I should just start with that. I don't know, but I can't. I kind of. I got a horizon line right. There's my horizon line, and okay. What if we just? Sometimes. And I don't squabble around like that. Like, holy smokes, events. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. Oh my goodness. This is driving me bonkers. Right. So there's my staircase, or the base for my staircase. And I need... That needs to be the same height that I want it to be, right? And this one needs to be... It doesn't need to be the same length, thankfully, because we're gonna try to have like a landing. So, but it still needs to start at the bottom. All right. All right, 1,600. You know what? Let's just do 100 each. Roughly speaking. Like, where does this end? It ends at like 2,700. Okay. 2,200. 2,300. Okay, cool. And this starts at like 3,400. But the rise needs to be shorter. So these went for each full 1,000. So let's just go half up. Right? And then half up. Because I'm like looking at how many. I need one more rise than I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And now the tricky part, because now I kind of need a second or like a third vanishing point way up in the hula hoops. But it needs to be like directly above the right vanishing point. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use, here's my vanishing point. Here's another vanishing point. Boom. Yeah, let's just do another custom. Let's just give you sharp green, because why the heck not? Oh my goodness. And let's just give you 5. Or... No! Dang it. Another 5. Boom. Beautiful. Now, you need... Can I? Not you. What? Oh, my goodness. Okay, cool. Can I now... It's kind of a cool effect, like really acid trippy. But like it really needs to be probably way high up. Whee! Okay, cool. Maybe if I turn off that invisibility of that one. Put you in there, put you on that side, put you on that side. Okay, cool. So now I need to draw a line from that one to that one, and from there to there. So this is my incline. Right, that is the angle of the staircase, right? Right. And this is the final stair, so that... What? But how the heck am I supposed to find... What? Because apparently this one is supposed to go here. And then that's supposed to divide. Huh? Yeah, because that's the bottom of it, and that's the divide of it, but like it doesn't reach all the way, huh? Right. So it needs. So the ink. My goodness gracious me! Which one is it? It's this one. My goodness. All right. So it needs to be even. Even higher. Right. Cool. So wherever the final step is, that's the... Okay, that kind of makes sense. So now we have this line, and we have this line, and where they intersect, that is basically it, right? Okay, cool. I think, maybe. I don't freaking know. And this is the basic stuff. Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay. So, if I then turn off the green god eye, and I turn off this one and this one as well. See. Because... Alright. Or maybe I will need you. Right. Because we're still on that same layer, right? So we can just put that one down. That is the last step. Right. So that means, according to my calculations, this one will go... Let's just put this on a new layer in case we screw this up. It will go from here through there all the way up to the vanishing point, like such. Right? And then you can imagine we're going to twist and distort this by looking down at it. Like, this is a basic ass, like, 3/4 view stuff. Okay. And these are kind of just bada bing, bada boom. What? Okay, whatever. That one. Hey. So... Am I the only one who's seeing a problem with this? Like, it doesn't go all the way down. Like, what the heck? Yeah, I have that one. But then it's supposed to go all the way out to the other vanishing point as well? Holy crap-a-rooney. It's supposed to go out to this one as well? But What? They go that way. Like, they go up. What the heck? I thought I had it figured out. Because, like, the stairs go up, and then they go towards. That's just a horizon line. Right? So right. So it's merely a question of like, okay, they're supposed to go up. But the first step is here? No. It's supposed to go all the way up to... Or is it my mistake that... Hang on. Oh, right. Hang on. Let me... Right. Because it's a... The line is supposed to... Right. Or... hang on. Like, it's supposed to... Like, this is the bottom one, right? No, this is the top step. This is the bottom one. Right. So that is the first step up. Right. So we need... Oh my god. There's so much stuff. No, not that one. This one. There's so much stuff going on here, chat. Okay, so it goes like that. And I suppose from there it goes there. And from there it goes up towards the vanishing point. I think that makes sense. Right. So now I found that. That is the... That is sort of like the top, the first step. If you will. Right? That is the first step. Right there. Boom. Okay, cool. Right, that is the first step. Okay, so from here, we I suppose draw a bunch of parallel lines over like such, because and where these intersect, right? And then this is how is this the Is it supposed to intersect like such? I think. Not gonna lie, chat. Once this, if I manage to crack this, I'm gonna be so freaking proud of myself. But what the heck does that mean, though? Or do I have to start all over again because like it needs to be, because this is technically speaking it's a 1-point perspective. Because these and these are parallel. And the example is using a 2-point perspective. Well, screw me sideways, I guess. Let's just start with 2-point perspective, right? Boom. Custom color. It really annoys me that you can't give each vanishing point a separate separate color, but screw it. Where is perspective? No, not perspective. Vanishing point. Where is it? Vanishing point. There we go. Custom color. Custom color. There we go. They're practically on top of each other. Good enough for me. Give me that 5. Give me that density. 5. Boom. Okay, moving one far away, another close to the picture plane because I picked up that somewhere. All right, cool. And of course we need a vertical. We need a parallel ruler, of course. Can't forget about our parallel boys. There we go. Boom. All right. Once more. With, I don't know, with feeling this time, I have no freaking idea. I'm just almost dead inside by now, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh. Yeah. There we go. All right, cool. Maybe we should just... There's our horizon line. And let's see. We'll I think we'll just keep it confined to here. Mayhaps. Something. Right. There's the base for there's the base box that will contain our staircase. This third time's the charm, Chad. I don't frickin' know. All right. Let's do the
one who makes the dead rise and become zombies. Become zombies.
Okay. And now I don't know. Freaking hell. Let's see, where are we at? We're at 2. Alright, we are here. This is the steps. The steps can be 1,000. Right.
Makes the dead rise and become zombies. Become zombies.
Alright. Something like that. And where are we here? The bottom is here. At like yeah. Let's put it at, and the rise needs to be shorter. Okay. Where's- What? I think it's something like that. Okie dokie. Alright. So. And these. All of these lines need to cut through it feels like I missed one. That one felt off, but okay. I feel like there should have been one more. It's one of those things that kind of like, yeah, but I want to understand it. Probably way too many stair steps here, but oh well, whatever. It still looks off here. Like I mean, something is missing here. Did I miss one? Yep, I did. Roughly speaking there. Okay, so that's that. You know, here's the landing. Okay, very nice. Right. Now, we have all of these, which like, where the heck? I think that I have more. Gracious me. Like, that's the first one, and then we have that one, and then that one, and then that one. Like, these are horribly close to one another. Like, what the? What the actual heck? Like, what am I doing wrong here? No, like, seriously, I probably messed up something horribly in terms of perspective. Okay. Back it up. All right, you know, screw it. Let's just straight up. Let's just, I don't know. It's because like they need to be evenly spaced, and it's like it's so freaking frustrating. It's almost like I'm tempted to just like here. Or like a basic template here. Boom. Like, boom. There you go. Okay, that's that. That's those. Okay. Like, it's... Frickin', this is very... But if, I don't know, like, there's probably a better, more efficient way of doing this, but... Otherwise, like, I feel like I'm just going, like, I'm just gonna get lost in the mush that is this stupid ruler, and then now it is approximately the correct distance. Not perfect, but I'm not doing the blueprints for a freaking house either, so who cares? Okay, cool. So there's our steps, if I understand it correctly. Alright, and then we can take the same thing and we can just flip you and we can squash you because you need to be shorter if you want to be on the step. Right. So we have one here, right? We have one at the bottom. Did I just move the whole frickin'... It's like I'm just gonna go like, block every single freaking paint layer except the ones that I need to work on. Okay. Stay put. And then we will mark. So freaking stupid. Look at this. Then we'll mark. Oh, pick up drawing. Is that what I don't know. There's also some, I don't know, a little something a little bit. It's frustrating, but at the same time, I don't know, a little bit satisfying because we're like, oh yeah, it's perspective. It's complicated, but like there are, I don't know, rigid rules to it. You go like, oh, you have your vanishing points. Everything needs to recede towards that. And you can have a fairly solid foundation of that, and then you can kind of like, oh yeah. Characters, you kind of like, no, you just gotta wing it, sorry. There aren't necessarily any... Yeah. We'll just have that last step be a little bit high, extra high. Cool. Thank you for your service, Mr. Template. Okay. Now, we can unlock all of these stupid layers. That's the... Alright, so that's the horizon line. We can lock that. This is our box. We can lock that. These are our I suppose these are our templates, right? We'll call them templates. Right. And from here, and we can lock those. And from here, we can, right? Because this one this is the upmost staircase. So it needs to go through that line all the way up to the vanishing point. And then all of these other lines if you want to subsequently divide things up, right? Right. And then these lines, and we have the bottom line, and we have a line that goes here, 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 here. And the top one. We also have the bottom one. Right. We have all of those. Wonderful. Alright. All of those lines. And they, of course, this one obviously go. This is the bottom one, and this. Hang on. Let me lower that. Lower the opacity of those. Okay. Let me see if I understand this correctly. Right. We now. That's the top, right? I don't know. Let's start at the frickin' bottom here. Okay, so this here is the front plane of the bottom staircase, right? And it goes all the way up here, and then it goes up here, and that. That one goes all the way out there. And then in there. Oh, these are some chunky staircases. It kind of helps with the perspective. Like, not gonna lie, it helps with the perspective rulers because then you can sort of like. Map things out. And these are some long. Because you could sort of like. Align things, but this is also like cutting into shapes kind of thing. Yeah, these are some chunky staircases, like holy crap. Oh, look at these. These are some thick staircases. But who knows? The internet loves things that are thick these days, so who knows? Yeah. All right, so it doesn't quite align perfectly, but that's probably because of my shoddy. Like the intersection isn't perfect, but we're we're freestyling it a little bit here, chat. I would never make it to. Alright, let's get that, push that back. Oh boy. It could be also just that the perspective distorted. There's some perspective distortion going on here. I don't freaking know. Yeah. Oop. Oh. Pooey pants. Now I'm not entirely sure what to do. Because it's like I'm one short, but I don't know. Or alternatively, that is the... Is that... Yeah, because it goes up. I suppose, I mean, we could cut it off there. And there's no law that sort of dictates that, yeah, it needs to be... We could just cut it off there. Right? So if I just get rid of all of these... I mean... But I also suspect, like, things get compressed as they move in perspective, which is why these things are so, the way that they are. It's not, again, like, not the best staircase in the history of ever, but like, yeah. Ooh. But man, my brain is cooked. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. I'm such a freaking idiot. I completely forgot the third vanishing point. Because you're... Oh. Okay. No wonder it looks like it. That looks so funky. Like, what the heck? But yeah, you're still supposed to, like, drag them. They're supposed to go that way. And what? The run is supposed to go to the other leftmost vanishing point. So that's correct. But these are incorrect because they're not... What? What? Yeah, because then now all of a sudden they are perfectly. Oh right. Oh. I'm gonna need a new layer. These into. Oh, of course. There's so many steps to this, chat. Holy crap. Okay, these steps. Right, because these are the ones that are. Right. There's a lot of stuff going on here, chat. Right, that looks like a complete frickin' train wreck. Which is fine, because it's my train wreck. Okay. That one is really tripping me off. So, okay. Now I have that bottom thing. And now we can do a third set of lines to just sort of like create a legitimate grid up here. Right. Because now we have sort of like literally gridded up the side of the box, our initial box. Right, yeah. Let me cook, chat. Let me cook. Right? So we boxed that off. Now we just need a third vanishing point, because of course we do. Vanishing point. Book. We're gonna give you a custom color, and we're gonna give you a bright blue, because why the heck not? I'm feeling a bit bright bluish today. Not gonna lie. And give it that 5. Right, and that needs to be that vanishing point needs to be. We need to put you above Mr. Green. Kind of like that. It doesn't have to be absolutely freaking perfect. And then we're just gonna raise you way up there. Right. And then we kind of start. Let's see. I guess we will turn off absolutely everything except this one for now. And then we will make another layer, and we will bring out our brush. And we are gonna go from, because this corner here is gonna be vertical, so the incline, or the what is it they call it? The rise? No, it's not the rise. The run. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna draw the run, and the run starts from here. Okay. Turns out I can't have. I don't know. Maybe something like that. Maybe that can work. No, that's not gonna work. How? Do I need It would just bring you down even. Lower? Like, what the heck? Oh, that's way too low. I feel like maybe this should have been this, you know, because I want to. I mean, I guess we could just like low key just do it like that because that's the angle that I want. Right? Because that's the angle that I want. And now we turn on all of our rulers. Right? And now I think we can make a staircase, right? Because now we can go boom. All right, initial staircase, like boom, the initial step up, right? And then we go in, and we go up, and then we go all the way out here, 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 here. Okay, so far so good. Up, up. No, not that one. Well, to be fair, the first one also started very promising, but then it got all wonky in the end. But it's most likely that it got wonky because I completely forgot about, like, oh, right, the angle of the staircase also needs to be taken into consideration. But okay. We're learning, chat. We're learning. I'm learning here. That's not how the movie quote goes, but now I kind of just I'm a freaking wizard. Like, what the heck? It actually makes sense. Like, it took me a while, but oh my goodness. There's so many lines, so many helping lines, and this is like a quote-unquote easy staircase with just from a two-point perspective, but also from a very, you know, conventional angle. That top-down view thing is, oh my goodness. Right, and it goes. Yeah, it goes pretty much, it goes up, and then it goes over. Right, but I need to, like, first figure out where it stops. Right. And then I suppose we can just continue this one on out as long as we'd like. Right. And then, if we then turn off all the other layers, we have a staircase, and I was supposed to turn off all of the Ah, my goodness. Like, I low-key do not think that that is perfect. There's something wonky going on here, but it could also just be either because of my inaccurate measurement or because they could like, oh yeah, well that's just how the perspective works. But hey, I did the thing, and I'm happy with it. It's great. And if you want to like level up even more, because of course we're not going to stop there, chat. Because we can extend this with a second box. Check this out. Where are we here? Let's get our perspective helpers in place. There's 30. Right. Right. Okay. So, why aren't you get in there? No. Right. So now I can lock that one. And we can then continue because you're supposed to be able, okay, like we're just gonna draw out a box. We're just gonna extend, like extend the box here. Right? And I don't know. Something like that, right? Cool. Oh, yeah, you're essentially just continuing. Right, like I draw in line the opposite, but this is the same way, same angle, or not exactly. It's opposite, but whatever. And then from here, you kind of like from the bottom of that one, you sort of define a bottom plane. Like such, and then like a top plane like such. Right, this is the box. Oop. The other way, please. Right. And then you sort of continue with, let's see, with the templates. Oh, right. Sorry, my bad. It needs to, obviously, it needs to align with that. I don't think it needs to be the same width. Not necessarily. But it needs... Right, let's just cut it off here, because we can. Alright, there we go. And I don't know. Okay, like this doesn't necessarily have that more good old-fashioned tutorial Tuesday here, but whatever. Okay, so it kind of goes like that, right? Then but now it's on the wrong. It's on the wrong side. How do I? Yeah, because like he has just sort of extended it out because like his had it on the opposite side. Well, I guess I don't need those. I don't need those either. What I need is these. Well, yeah, these. Okay. Right. So. I don't need those. I can, if I understand it correctly. I can just extend these vertical lines because that's based on that template, right? So I can just extend these lines like such, and that's the corner line right there. Boom, right? And then I can just and I need I need to build that. Oh, right. But how do I? Huh? Because you need to build the same grid. How do you? That's up. Am I supposed to just take? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Huh? Right, because he had 10 steps, so he needed another 10. How many steps do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I'm just technically 8 steps because of the landing here. But I'm kind of like wondering, because obviously you have one line here. But is it really that simple that I can just... I shouldn't have deleted that little red dude that I made. Apparently. I suppose, I mean, we could just do this, basically. Oh my goodness. No! Oh my. What? I have so many. There's so much stuff going on here, chat. I have. But slow and steady wins the race, I guess. At worst case, like, stairs are not. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Stairs are not necessarily complex. It's just a lot of it. Right? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not necessarily super complicated, they're just. It's just a lot of it. Alright, so that is the... That is the grid, right? Now the trick is, of course, how in the ever-living crap, because like in order to make that correct, I need to find this. I need to find that angle, the angle that I had from here to here, and replicate, but it needs to go the opposite direction. Like this one pointed up according to this vanishing point, and this one needs to point down at the same angle. Isn't there like a measuring? It just measures. Okay, it measures also the angle. So the angle there is roughly 54. What the heck is a negative of 54 angle? 100 and... This is, you know... Or is it a 54.8? Something like that. That looks hecka steep, dude. But I don't know. Maybe that just is the perspective. 54.6 from the top of there to the top of this one. And here is just like 25. But if I wanted to do 54, but I don't know, maybe 54, 25, a little bit more. Probably 26, 27. I mean, that kind of looks correct. That kind of, alright. Well, you know what? Screw it. We'll just wing it, chat. That's how we roll here. Right. Oh, that's the angle that we're going for. Which basically means we now have what we need? Question mark? I think so. Because, okay, let's see. This is the very first one, yeah. Slowly passing that one. Okay. Alright. And it goes all the way back here, and then it goes up to this one. Back here. Up to this one. Back here. Up to that one. Back here. Up. Yeah. And is that like the final? No, it's not. The final step is here. Right. Yeah. And then of course you can just do all sorts of crazy line weight wonky stuff if you want to do that, but we don't do that here. And again, I am not entirely sure how to. Right? I suppose we could even like put a, like if we wanted to go like, oh yeah, there's a doorway here, yo. How would that be? I don't know. Does that make sense? That was a heck of a lot of work. For essentially a couple of stairs that I will not use. Oh my goodness. Oh, it just took 2 freaking hours. Oh, man. And then you're gonna take something like this, and then we're gonna flip it so that we're like kind of like looking. But now, like here, the staircases are sort of like squished right into each other. But I kind of like want to have a square hole looking down into it, which is a completely can of worms. And you have like 4 vanishing points to try to find the planes, and it's just like, oh my goodness gracious me. But I'm glad I did it, because like baby steps, right? Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. It's more like Tutorial Tuesday than actually working on the comic, but we're prepping. We're doing the legwork. We're studying. We're doing some easy tutorials and getting some easy wins. And I suppose we could just for the heck of it. Quickly. Oh yeah, that one is locked. Very quick. Oh. Very. Not necessarily to be overly invested in our whole drawing here, but just to make it read just a smidge better. Yeah. Boom. Right. And all of a sudden it reads a heck of a lot more better, easier. But yeah. Oh my goodness gracious me. I suppose if you do this enough times, it will come much quicker and easier to you, but like if you could see the diagrams for the next things, this is go like the rough sketch that he put in here, it looked like a freaking acid trip. But this gives me a confidence boost. Like, it is doable, it is manageable, it can be done. It's just one line at a time, chat. One line at a time. But holy crap, my brain is cooked. So I'm definitely going to need to let this simmer, basically. And that was the perspective. There's the stairs. Yeah. Safe area? Okay. I suppose we could just throw all of these into the Come on. In there. There. Right. Turn that off. Back on the thumbnail, because you can sort of see, and go like, you want to have a blank little box thing over there, and like he has, what is he? He has 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he has even more landings. No, he has 1, 2, 3. He has 3 landings, but like in the initial, he has like one that is on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. But I think we could start tackling that one tomorrow. Tomorrow. But until then, oh man, I need some rest. But hey, another challenge tackled, and I'm happy that I tackled it. I pushed through it, figured it out, problem solving. Yeah, gonna be pretty good. Right, so I guess we will just pick up where we left off tomorrow. Same time, same channel. So, until then, keep drawing, keep having fun. I'll see you soon, okay? Bye-bye.